Mic check 1, 2, it's the rundown crew. Cerise and Donnie spitting truth like they do. News on the block, sports on the rise. Entertainment served raw, no disguise.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Take Two Rundown. I am your girl, Cerise, and I'm here with my co-host,
Donnie. I'm here in the building.
Here in the building.
Yeah.
Sound just like Elvis Presley.
Yes.
Yes. Did you ever listen to Elvis back in the day, or your mom or your grandparents or anyone?
I never listened to it. I mean, I've heard Jailhouse Rock and Love Me Tenderly.
and
I heard
Blue Suede Shoes.
Yeah, I heard some of the songs, on radio when I was little and growing up, but I was never an Elvis fan, anything like that.
Right. Little and growing up. Well, they didn't play Elvis Presley on the radio when I was younger. How many years you got on me?
Well, I lived in America, in Miami, Florida. So, you guys were probably listening to something different, different types of music.
Right.
Where I grew up at, when I was young, it was well-versed music. It was
right.
a little of this, a little of that. I remember the stations, it was Y100.
Right.
Y100. And they still around, I believe.
Oh, yeah? Mine was CF. I was on it one time. Just, I remember I won a prize. CFTR 680 AM.
Yeah.
And we listened to a lot of Boy George back in the day, and Wham and all that. But
yeah, I love me some Boy George, the music.
You love you some Boy George.
The music was good. Not the boy. I don't like
Karma, chameleon. You come and go.
I was in that 7th, 8th grade, and that brings back so many memories when that music, when you hear that music, it just takes you back to a time and a place, and you can remember everything that was going on. Everybody was alive. Everybody. And then, as you get older, people start fading away, things start changing. And just when you feel like all hope is gone because so many people had passed on, you hear music and it's like, it puts a spark in your heart, wow. Yeah. I remember my mama used to be taking me to school and this song used to come on the radio, so it does a little joke to your soul.
Right, spark in your heart. I like that. Spark in your heart. Speaking of spark in your heart, oh my gosh, we have some sparks here in the Dominican Republic. Guys, a lot of you listening to this around the world. I don't know. I mean, I had how many people calling me and contacting me about the hurricane, and I was like, what? The hurricane? We don't have a hurricane here right now. There's just a lot of rain and it went through. But Santo Domingo, the capital, got a lot of rain, which I'm going to show you guys a video right here of what was going on there. But Donnie, did you have people contacting you from abroad wishing you well?
Oh, man, all my family, all my friends, they were reaching out, just asking me how I'm doing, if everything is okay. Am I going to be affected by the storm? And believe it or not, it's not like America where we sit in front of the TV and the news comes on and it says hurricane warned, tropical, storm approaching. Here it's like you don't watch the news, and I didn't know there was a hurricane out there either.
Right.
Until people started calling, I'm like, oh shit. Oh, shoot.
Right. Right. I knew there was a hurricane because I do news for the Dominican Republic on my other YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, there's a hurricane coming. Okay. But I just thought it was going to, just kind of pass over us here like it always does. But apparently, like I said, the capital got a huge hit, as you guys can see in this video right now. But what about Jamaica? What's happening there?
Oh my goodness! I think they're gonna. They're gonna take the brunt of it. They're in the worst path. They're in the path of the storm. it's going to go right through Jamaica. And I was looking at the forecast, and it's projected to be at 167 miles per hour. And I think Jamaica is if you're in Jamaica, you better get out of Jamaica. Get
Yeah,
the high ground.
the airport is actually closed, and there are a lot of tourists who are locked in and they can't get out. And the only thing they have are emergency phone numbers to the embassy. And apparently, the soil is very sensitive in Jamaica. So floods and mudslides and landslides are they're very susceptible to that. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot. A lot of Dominicans are there right now that work there. And there was one Dominican reporter. She lived there for 7 years. She said she's terrified. She's like, oh my gosh, it's been raining for 3 days and the bread is off the shelves and people have really packed up a lot. They are expecting the worst hurricane in many decades. Isn't that something?
And that's the problem. The storm. The problem with this storm is it's moving extremely slow. I mean, it's like at a standstill, and the warmer the water and the longer it stays in one place, it's just building up strength, and it's going to pack a punch when it hits land. So that's why Santo Domingo's, well, say South, the Dominican Republic in the South, was so devastated with the rain because the storm was just moving so slow. Dumped so much water.
Mm. And that's exactly what the president said here. Exactly what you just said. He said it was like the strangest hurricane in recent years. He said it was like it was stagnant. It was just staying still and it wasn't leaving.
Wow.
And so they're doing a lot of things here right now to help the people. There's still some places here in the Dominican Republic as we speak right now that is still closed down, some towns, because they're afraid of certain landslides and mudslides. So there's still some certain places. So that's really interesting. And you guys around the world there, I mean, of course, it has been really warm. I know you're from the 305, right?
Yes.
Miami.
All day.
It's always all day, every day. But I know that it's warm there in Miami. But in Canada right now, in Toronto, my son sent me a video. It's October going into November, and he says it's warm out there. Have you ever heard that saying? When winter is coming, when the fall goes out like a lamb, the winter comes in like a lion. Have you ever heard that? Yeah. So I'm thinking
showers bring Mayflowers. The spring.
Yes.
I've heard those little statements.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that you guys around the world listening to this, wherever you are, you be careful too, because there's hurricanes here, but there's snowstorms there, and man, just seems like there's going to be a heavy winter this year.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing some heavy rain, some heavy snow in certain places. I've been watching TikTok and people have been going live, and I've been seeing some heavy snowfalls. I'm not sure where, but I was like, wow, look at this.
Wow,
it's looking like Christmas.
Yes. And speaking like Christmas, it seems like the American administration, the president, and that whole administration is trying to get some gifts all around the world like it's Christmas to them right now. They're going after Panama. They're going after Venezuela. They're in the waters here in the Caribbean. They are going after a lot of drugs, they're saying. What do you think about that? A lot of people are saying it's not the war on drugs. That's exactly what Trump is saying. But a lot of people, of course, the left, I'm not left or right, but the left, what they're saying is this is not true because Colombia has had its lowest year of cocaine, like the cocoa like whatever they make cocaine with. The president has had the lowest year. And not only that, Venezuela doesn't seem to be shipping too many drugs, as they say. And not only that, it seems like even Trinidad is agreeing with Trump, but it has a lot to do with Trinidad. A lot of Trinidad citizens are like, 80% of them are like, we don't want to agree with all of this. They even went and protested at the White House in the United States. What are your thoughts on that as an American?
I just think the war on drugs is a joke. What the war on drugs, what it really boils down to is the war on brown people. It's a green light to just fuck with black people, dark people, not black people, but brown people, Hispanics, blacks. Because they're bringing it in, but we're the ones paying the heavy fines and getting arrested and going to jail for it, while they go, in their big ballrooms and they do their drugs in there. Nobody bothers them. But I just totally disagree with the war on drugs. And for all we know, these boats that they're blowing up out in the middle of the Caribbean, in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, we've seen no evidence of drugs. We haven't seen any evidence that these are cartels or bad people. Right. So it's like we're supposed to just take their words that they're blowing up bad guys. For all we know, that could be, families picking up, going out on boats, taking a boat ride, going fishing, a couple of guys going fishing and they're getting blasted. And, I just, I never, we're not moved by that, what they're doing.
Right.
Only the, only your extreme Trump supporters are in agreement with that.
But you're also a retired police officer in Miami, which is close to Florida. I mean, is in Florida, but close to Cuba. When you were on the beat, was this war on drugs still a thing then?
Okay, I worked with the Broward Sheriff's Office in Fort Lauderdale, in the Fort Lauderdale area. I did 10 years as a school resource officer in Miami. As far as drugs, I noticed that while I was working, there was a war on drugs. Under Nick Navarro, the Sheriff Nick Navarro, there was a war on drugs. But like I say, when we went after drug dealers, it wasn't. It was in the worst areas, the bad areas. Predominantly black areas. We never went to, the nice areas. Like Lighthouse Point and the ritzy areas. Doing drug busts. We got the little guys, the little street level guys, and that way they were able to show stats saying, look, we're fighting drugs. We made 100 arrests, but what they're not telling you is these are guys who had a joint behind their ears, or a guy who had 2 crack rocks in his pocket. Meanwhile, the guy that has
kilo,
3-4 kilos is running for governor or running for the Senate.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, you see. And so I do believe that Trump is trying to expand the United States. I think this is the first time in recent history that a president has actually tried to expand. I'm surprised that he's doing it so openly, so blatantly, and he's blaming it on drugs, but he does want that oil in Venezuela, and he does want the Panama Canal. And he's like, listen, we didn't give Panama Canal over to Panama so they can give it over to China to run. And he's just really going out and getting everything. So, I mean, where there's negative, there too lies positive. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, when everything is said and done, when this presidency is over, when this administration is time has run out in another 3 years, the United States is going to have a lot. I sound like Trump there. A lot. It just seems like he is going to go in and just colonize. And it is open right now, and everyone sees it. But I'm just thinking, my gosh, Americans from around the world are going to benefit, and the American dollar may just go up like it never has before. Now, will China just sit back and take it? I don't know.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's like this. Why do they want Trinidad? Why do they want these places, these other islands in the Caribbean? Because we have a place now called Puerto Rico, and it's a part of America, and they don't like Puerto Ricans. Trump supporters don't like Puerto Ricans. So why? We don't try to figure it out anymore. What we say is, when I say we, the black community, what we say is, because nobody wants to be affiliated with us, associated with us, because everything associated with us is negative, and that's due to partly due to the media. So basically, you have, when we try to tell the Cubans when they came over, hey, don't do this, don't do that, they basically, did this and that. They didn't listen to us. The same with every group that comes to America. The Indians, they don't want to be associated with us. The Muslims, they don't want to be associated with black people. Even here in the Dominican Republic. Wait, I know black, I'm Dominican. When they came from the same island, same continent we came from,
right?
Which is Africa.
Right.
So, and what I'm getting at is, when they learn and figure out that once we come together, poor, middle class, we'll defeat the wealthy. But until then, this is what it's going to be. Everybody just trying to figure it out, when all you got to do is listen and look at a certain demographic who's gone through it, because like I say, we've gone through it since the beginning of time.
Well, that's a lot what you said there, because it is so true. From the beginning of time, this has been going on, colonization, and so it just, I'm thinking it looks like America, and not Americans, but America's main focus is expanding, as opposed to assisting and doing humanitarian, aid to places like Haiti. And I guess Trump is like, listen, I tried to end that war with Zelensky and Russia. Like, I'm tired. I need to go on to other things and get my administration done. And he's like, I'm tired of Israel and Hamas. I got to go get other things done. And, at the end of the day, again, I can see that he has his sights set on expanding America and really trying to benefit you guys, the Americans, and there is nobody else that he cares to be benefited in the world. But I mean, that's what owning a country, running a country is all about. And again, you guys look like you guys are really gonna, the American dollar is gonna get strong right at a point where people are doubting it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I'll
Talking
take
about
it.
take it. Talking about taking it. Do
Yeah.
you think the Blue Jays are going to take the World Series? I'm Canadian, so I'm like, um,
I'm rooting for the Canadian, the Canadians. That's who I'm
right.
rooting for. I'm rooting for Canada.
I mean, the last time we won the World Series was in 1993, and we pulled what I believe was called a three-peat, and we won 3 years in a row. We were like, what? I can remember it was electrifying
Yeah,
downtown Toronto because I was born and raised in downtown Toronto, just steps away from the Sky Dome, which is now called the Rogers Center. And oh man, I can remember back in the day, it was amazing when we won 3 years in a row. It was like fire. When sports, most people were just jumping on the bandwagon at the very end, which is totally normal, and it just shows being patriotic. But when any country has something that they're winning, it just seems like it brings life to the country. And right now, Canada does need that. Canada needs a pickup. Ever since they had Trudeau, we had Trudeau for so many years, COVID, all of that stuff. They're going through so much there. And I hear it from all my Canadian family, friends, clients, and people that are expats here that go back and forth. So it's really just a great feeling to see that baseball, one of our oldest sports in history, is going to help us to kind of
right.
bring a little bit of joy into the country. But
Yeah.
speaking about sports, what's going on with 302? What's going on with all the football?
The 305. You mean?
Oh,
Well, my
305.
Miami Hurricanes. They took one on the chin 2 weeks ago. They lost against Louisville, which it was a terrible loss. It was a game they should have won. Um, you know, it was poorly coached game. Kids didn't look prepared. Uh, didn't look like they wanted to be out there. And we lost.
Mm,
We lost a game, first game of the season, but they still got a long way to go. 5 games, 5 or 6 more games to go, and
okay.
we dropped in the rankings, but we still have time to work our way back in there. It's a lot of football to be played, but I don't have much faith in our coaching staff. You know,
Mm,
bunch of guys who you they don't just they're good recruiters, but not good coaching.
right. Who is doing good?
Uh, a lot of teams are doing good now, man. Let me see. Uh, like Ohio State, they're ranked number 1, but they don't play anybody. They haven't played a competitive team all year. They won the national championship last year, so they're the kings right now. Nobody's beating them. So I say, deservedly so. They deserve to stay number 1 until somebody beats them. Um, the number 2 team, the surprising team, is Indiana University. They're ranked number 2. They've been killing everybody, beating everybody, and they're
Oh,
probably, yeah, they're ranked because they're always irrelevant. Indiana football is as a basketball school. They're always irrelevant. Um, number 4, Alabama. They lost the first game of the season to the sorriest team in the ACC, which is Florida State, Atlantic Coast
mm,
Conference. But they've worked their way back in. They've been winning. They had a tough game, a close game this week, past Saturday against a really uh, like a weak team, and they struggled to win. You know, it's just a lot of football to be played. A lot of teams are still doing good.
Yeah. How's the Green Bay Packers doing? The Green Bay
Oh man, I
Packers.
watched them last night, and I loved every minute of it. They won last night. I watched the whole damn game.
If you watch the whole game, then it was good. It must have been a close
Yeah,
game.
no, it was a
Yeah.
blowout actually. They played Pittsburgh, the Steelers. They
Oh, the
won
Steelers.
35-25.
Oh, black and yellow, black and yellow. Okay. Well, I, I'm not really partial on the Steelers, but I'm so happy to see my Green Bay Packers doing good this year.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
The Miami
yeah.
Dolphins are horrible, organization. That's my team, but that's my team. It's my team. You
Right,
know,
right. It's for yourself. Hmm. You know, Canada doesn't have a team in the NFL,
Canada.
right?
No, you don't have an
Yeah,
NFL team. No.
because it's a national football team, National Football League. So Canadian football,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
have
even watch,
Canadian
but I
football.
know a lot of people. Yeah, I know a lot of people who like Canadian football, but I like the American football. It just has a different vibe to it. Even the field is different. But
Right.
you know, I'm excited though about it because it looks like high season is starting to pick up here in the Dominican Republic, and we definitely in this town, Sosua, we celebrate the NFL. We have Americans that come down here. They plan a year ahead, and they love watching the football here at all the different pubs and bars. Are you planning on doing anything
The playoffs don't start for probably another a month, probably another 2 months. In December
in
we start the
February? Is
playoffs.
the Super Bowl. February is the Super Bowl. You have any plans yet for the Super Bowl? Are you gonna?
Oh
What are you
no,
doing
no,
kind of
no,
early?
no, no! I'm like I move with I blow with the wind. You know.
Like,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
I don't have any plans.
yeah. I usually stay home, watch the Super Bowl, and just relax. That's what I used to do in Toronto, but I haven't watched it in a few years. I think this year I may go out and do something in February. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting. Everybody in Sasua is waiting to see how they're gonna handle. Super Bowl weekend here is a big weekend, but
Hmm.
nobody knows how the streets are gonna be. So,
Yeah, right. And Halloween is a big weekend. We have a huge weekend coming up soon, and
all
Halloween is
right,
just what, a week away, right?
yeah, this weekend,
This weekend.
yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
weekend. This is
All right.
this will be the telltale sign of what's to come for Sasua. Everybody's been waiting for this weekend.
Everyone has been waiting because for those of you who are not up to date on what's going on here where we live in a town called, a municipality called Sosua, and it's known more for sex tourism. And the government and everyone, they said no, they don't want to be known as that any longer. So they cleaned up the town, which they call clean up, and they made new rules, and it slowed tourism down. And a lot of the people who love this town for that reason vowed not to come back. However, I have to tell you, Donnie, I find apartments for people, and people have been coming, and you have your property in your book.
Yes, yes. I'm like, I always tell people it's a win-win for me. When the
Right,
guys are coming, I'm renting. When the guys are not here, I'm just blessed. I'm
right,
blessed.
right. He said, I'm just blessed. Because when there's no one here, you get to stay in your own place.
Right.
And your place is beautiful. Tell everyone how
Yes.
to get in touch with you if they want to come to the Dominican Republic and stay in your gorgeous place.
Yes, you can reach me at on Donnie Jackson on Facebook and TikTok, and you know you can see some beautiful videos and uh, pictures of my place, and you can inbox me and call me.
Awesome. And guys, I will tell you, it is definitely a beautiful experience. And Donnie will show you all around town. He's a great tour guide. He will show you what's going on in the area. You'll have a really good time. And if you guys are
Yes,
looking to relocate, or if you guys want to get some tours around the barrio, the hood that I live in, you can give me a shout. I can help you go fishing and take a nice ATV tour, whatever. Donnie and I will soon be doing that anyway. We're going to be doing tours for people together, right, D?
that's right. We do it all. We do it
We
all. We'll even
do.
come cut your grass. Anybody out there need their lawn cut? No, I'm just kidding now. I'm just kidding. I ain't pushing no lawnmower. Them days is over.
We can send someone for you. All right, guys, you can
Right.
contact me on my other channel, Cerise Fairfax, and add me on your socials. D, I'll see you next week, brother.
Hey, hit that like, subscribe, and enjoy our content, and let us know if there's anything or any topic you'd like us to talk about.
That's it. Yes, absolutely. All right, spin a slice. Talk to you later, D.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Shake it him. Yo. Mic check 1 2. It's the rundown crew. Cerise and Donnie spitting truth like they do. News on the block, sports on the rise. Entertainment served raw, no disguise. Got the streets buzzing from the east to the west. Every headline dissected, they bring the best. Cerise with the heat, Donnie's got the flow. 2 voices, 1 mic, let the knowledge grow. Take 2, rundown, you know the sound. Truth in the hustle, breaking new ground. Take 2, rundown, where the real gets found. Tune in, lock in, it's the illest around. Cerise dropping gems, sharper than the blade. She's the queen of the mic and she's never afraid. Donnie's got the stats, numbers on his tongue. Breaking down the plays till the game is spun. They talk about the wins and they talk about the loss. From the court to the field to the Oscars gloss. Keeping it 100, never out of bounds. They're the voices of the people, flipping all the rounds. Podcast waves like a storm in the night. Cerise and Donnie shedding pure insight. From the headlines dripping with cold hard truth to the laughs in between, keeping it aloof. So, what you gotta do? It's the illest. So.